I got this book. I've had it since maybe 10. It has a napkin in here. I'm getting rid of it. I want to read it, and I want to give a little critique on it as well. I've read this thing for a while, probably early, like kindergarten. I don't know who Miss Jarvis is, but I probably like got it from the book fair or whatever, or maybe even borrowed it and just did not return it. So, kind of got the 2-in-1. Haven't read through it at all. I've tried, but I'd be like, oh, I want to read Survivors, and then not do it. So, let's read our Survivors book. Would you prefer Survivor's son or Warrior's daughter? Alright. Can I read the book now? Okay. Got ourselves a map. I think I could somewhat like get an idea of what we got going on here. Whatever. We got the prologue. So I'll read a chapter, and for every new character I'll like give them a voice of some sorts. I don't know the dogs, I don't know what they look like, so bear with me. Alright, so the narrator will just be my regular voice, by the way, because I don't know the narrator, but anybody else, I'll give it a shot. And you know, I got a terrible memory and an even worse mind, so please, you know, bear with me. Like, if I forget something, don't tell me, just enjoy the reading. Maybe I won't even do voices, I don't know. Alright, let's begin. Yap wriggled, yawning, and gave one small excited whimper. His litter mates were a jumble of warmth against him, all paws and muzzles and small, fast heartbeats. Clambering over him, Squeak stuck a paw in his eye. Yap shook his head and rolled over, making her fall off. She squeaked with indignation, as always, so he licked her nose to show there were no hard feelings. The mother dog stood over them, nuzzling the pups into order and licking their faces clean, treading her ritual circle before curling around them, ready for sleep. Wake up, Yap. Mother dog's going to tell us a story. That Squeak again, bossy and demanding as ever. Their mother dog washed her affectionately with her tongue, muffling her yelps. Would you like to hear about the storm of dogs? A thrill of excitement ran down Yap's spine, and then he whimpered eagerly. I don't know, there are kids in this one, so... Yes, you know. Alright, next page. I'm getting texts, by the way, so this book is denting. How do I undo that? Stop it. Maybe if I, like... There we go. Alright. What would Squeak sound like? Again! Whined Squeak, but the others tumbled over here, drowning her protest. Yes, Mother, the storm of dogs. The mother dog sat around their small bodies, her tail thumping. Her voice grew loud. Well, not loud. Oh, low and solemn. This is the story of Lightning, the swiftest of the dog warriors. The sky dogs watched over him and protected him. The earth dog was jealous of Lightning. She thought Lightning had lived too long, and that it was time for him to die so that she could take his life force. But Lightning's speed was just so great that he could outrun the earth dog's terrible growls. He could outrun death itself. I want to be like Lightning, she murmured. Oh, I can't read. I want to be like Lightning, murmured Yao sleepily. I could run that fast. I bet I could. Shush, said Squeak, squashing his nose with a golden furred paw. In spite of her protest, Yam knew that she was caught up in the story like the rest of them. Then came the first great battle, the mother dog went on, her voice hushed. The terrible storm of dogs, when all the dogs of the world fought to see who could rule over the territories of the world. Many stories are told of those dreadful days, and many heroes were made and lost in the battle. At last, the earth dog thought, Lightning's life force would be freed, and she would take his body, as was her right. But Lightning was cunning, and he was sure that with his speed he could dodge his death once more. So the earth dog laid a trap for him. Yip's ears flattened against her head. That's so mean. Their mother nuzzled her. No, it isn't, Yip. Earth dog was right to claim Lightning. That's the way things should be. When you, sire dog, died, His body fed the earth too. Suddenly, solemn, all the pups listened in silence. Lightning tried to escape the storm of dogs with his speed. He ran so fast between the warring dogs that none of them could see him tear his body apart with their teeth and claws. He was almost clear, almost free, when the earth dog sent a big growl to open the ground in front of him. Sorry, by the way, I'm broke, so you're gonna hear people outside. Even though he'd heard the story so many times, Yap had held his breath and huddled closer to his litter mates, imagining that this time Lightning would fall and be eaten by the terrible rip in the earth. Lightning saw the ground open up and swallow him, but he was speeding so fast that he couldn't stop. He feared the earth dog had him at last, but the sky dogs loved Lightning. Just as Lightning started to plummet to his death, the sky dog sent a great wind that spun so fast and strong it caught. Hold on, let me adjust it a little bit. It caught Lightning as he fell, lifted him up. Well, let's fix it up a little bit. Come on. All right. Caught Lightning as he fell, lifted him up, and whirled him into the sky, and there he remains with the sky dogs to this very day. The pup snuggled more tightly against the mother dog's side, gazing up at her. Will he always be there? Asked Yao. Always. You see fire flashing in the sky, and the sky dogs howl as lightning running down to the earth, teasing Earth Dog, knowing that she will never catch him. She looked Yap's sleepy face. He could barely keep his eyes open. I've heard dogs say that one day there will be another great battle. When a dog displeases the Earth Dog, then dog will fight against dog, and the great heroes will rise and fall. Yao gave a great yawn, floppy with tiredness. Not for a long time, right? We don't know. It might come soon, it might not. We must always watch out for the signs, then say that when the world is turned upside down and broken open, the storm of dogs will come again and we'll have to fight to survive once more. Yet but his eyelids drooped. He let her fall asleep to his mother's stories. This is how it would always be, he knew, her voice fading as sleep overwhelmed him and his litter mates. The mother dog curled protectively against him. The end of the story, the last thing he heard, it was ended the same way each time. Watch out, little ones. Watch out for the storm of dogs. Chapter 1. So I don't know if this counts as a chapter. Hold up. Maybe the first one will be super short. So the prologue, I don't know if the prologue counts as a chapter. So maybe that's all I'll do today. Alright. So my critique so far. So, how do I put it? So, let's go through it again. Because I've always remembered the very beginning. But so far, I feel like, you know what, let me take a moment to gather my thoughts before I say something silly. So after a little thought, there is something I've figured out why I do not like the beginning. So, the beginning feels very out of place. Because you're like, it's kind of like video games, right? So you start up the video game, you're playing it, you're having a great time, right? And, well, no, we're not there yet. Start the video game, and you get this background, right? It's like, oh, you know, like you're a little kid again, and how do I put the words? Like you're just randomly thrust into a new, like new spot, and it doesn't correlate. That's kind of how I feel about the beginning. I believe I've read through this book at least once, the first one, The Empty City, and it, like, the beginning has never had any correlation with the story, as for what I remember. Like, it never really made any sense. Like, what about the packmates? What about the mom? Like, do they all just die? I don't know. That's just, like, if instead of, like, the beginning they had, maybe they could have given some, like, foreshadowing around the empty city. I know, crazy. Instead of just giving me a map. But other than that, that's really all I have to say about it. Thanks for reading the prologue with me.